It's almost been a year now. May 2022, if you can still remember, marked the beginning of the cascading losses to the crypto markets. This occurred immediately after a thriving 2021. Back then, Terra Luna seemed to be the hope of many, but it nursed its wounds bitterly when the losses came. Should we take a look into that painful past, and perhaps it could usher us into what's keeping Cardano firm and resilient despite the falls? A few months after the Terra Luna collapse, Terra CEO Do Kwon broke the silence in an interview and clarified that the stablecoin was not a Ponzi scheme because the earliest investors were among the hardest hit by the crash. "I never thought about what could happen to me if this fails," he said in an interview on the NFTV series Coinage with the host Zach Guzman. Kwon added that his confidence at the time was justified as the market success of his Terra ecosystem was inching closer to $100 billion. He explained that Terra was not a Ponzi scheme because the earliest investors were among the hardest hit by the crash, but described them as being down infinite. If you're asking me whether there was a mole at TFL, that's probably yes. Whether somebody tried to take advantage of that particular opportunity, I would say that the answer is yes, he said. But if those opportunities existed, then the blame is on the person that presented those vulnerabilities in the first place. I, and I alone, am responsible for any weakness that could have been presented for a short seller to start taking profit, he said. One of the special things about Cardano is that its development process is peer-reviewed, which was something Terra seemingly lacked. Engineers and academic experts specializing in blockchain technology and cryptography are instrumental in building Cardano. Of course, the peer review process does mean that Cardano is the type of cryptocurrency with slow and steady developments, not one that makes rapid changes as every investor desires. The advantage of Cardano's approach is that peer review catches security issues that could otherwise lead to more serious problems later on. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. Cardano is a testament to this proverbial saying, especially following its marriage to Grayscale, which occurred last year. Before the addition of Grayscale's digital large cap fund, Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, revealed extensive details about the ambitious plans for the network. The plans took a while to materialize, triggering dissent among some members of the crypto space. But a few months down the line, and it seems like the stars were finally aligning for Cardano, and the addition to the Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund proved skeptics wrong. At the time, that was Cardano's best trigger, and it effectively pushed its ADA coin price. It got everyone talking. However, since we're not living in the past, what seems to be Cardano's catalyst now? Recently, Cardano announced the launch of Icon, which is a smart contract language and toolchain whose primary purpose is to foster the simplification and improvement of the smart contract process for its fair use on the blockchain. In minutes following the news, the price of ADA witnessed a significant uptick as it recorded gains of 0.56%. So what is Icon all about? Icon's primary goal is to simplify the use of the Haskell PUDIS platform, which is considered to be complicated and challenging to use with other languages for off-chain code as developers fail to work with their usual tools and languages. Icon utilizes the research conducted by IOG on PUDIS. In turn, it is compatible with other systems, emphasizes on-chain code, and makes it easier to integrate with any off-chain infrastructure stack. According to the announcement, Icon team will conduct additional audits to ensure that the tool satisfies the requirements that are expected of an enterprise-grade toolkit. In addition, it will focus on early developers and the input they provide to shape Icon before it's released on the mainnet. In light of this development, both the ADA community and the larger cryptocurrency market have reacted positively to the announcement. Market participants are upbeat and of the opinion that this may eventually result in bullish scenarios for the ADA token as it sees more impending utility. Furthermore, Cardano has been one of the primary beneficiaries of the crypto market turnaround this year. ADA prices have surged over 56% since the start of the year. With the improving macroeconomic environment and upcoming upgrades to the Cardano blockchain, many believe that ADA is set to breach the $1 mark by the end of 2023. In a way, the Cardano price has found much needed respite in 2023. After plummeting in the crypto winter, ADA has surged. Cardano's technical analysis also points to substantial buying interest among investors. And yes, it is one of the most volatile crypto assets in the market. This fact has not changed, at least for now. ADA often shows explosive price surges during periods of economic stability and prosperity while exhibiting harsh downward moves when the overall investor sentiment is bearish. The reactions are always harsh too. The macroeconomic environment is definitely not even helping. The latest macroeconomic data hints at cooling global inflation levels. As such, economists expect the global economy to break the chains of restrictive monetary policy by the end of 2023. The US Federal Reserve is set to decide on the next interest rate hike. However, the CME Fed Watch tool predicts a strong likelihood of a minimal 25 basis point hike. The ongoing banking crisis may further propel the central bank to turn dovish. If this happens, Cardano's prices may be set for a rebound as investors become more attracted to quote-unquote risky asset classes like crypto. Furthermore, ADA is expected to get a boost from the upcoming upgrades to the Cardano blockchain. The ecosystem is eagerly preparing for the volatile era, which will make Cardano an autonomous system. The upgrade will introduce a voting and treasury mechanism that allows for network participants to present improvement proposals. The most recent report by Input Output Global shows that Plutus V3, the smart contract platform of Cardano, has now been incorporated into the Cardano ledger, and this marks significant progress towards the volatile era. Developing CIP 1694 and modification delegation certificates will also expand the capabilities of the Cardano blockchain. Isn't that in of itself interesting? Ultimately, the incredible mix of blazing fast innovations and an improving global economy leaves investors hopeful that the Cardano price can push past the $1 mark by the end of this year, to see prices that was last seen in April of 2022. Notwithstanding, there is no pressure for Cardano. If it's going to strike a big win, it will use the same strategy it has been devoted to its inception: slow and steady. One major complaint is that it has always been leveled against Cardano is that it's a quote-unquote ghost chain where nothing of importance is taking place. In part, this criticism seems to be true, because Cardano always lags behind market leaders when it comes to innovations. For example, Cardano only introduced smart contracts in 2021. For those of you keeping score of this gap, that's a full 6 years after Ethereum unveiled them. However, from the perspective of the numbers, it seems that Cardano's slow and steady approach to blockchain development is finally starting to pay off. The crypto analytics firm Sentiment recently noted that Cardano was the #1 blockchain in the world in 2022 by development activity. This is mainly because of how much code Cardano developers are including to open source repositories such as GitHub. Development activity is important because it likely indicates that new features are on the way or new products are about to ship. 2022 saw a huge spike in on-chain growth as measured by the metrics such as new blockchain wallets, overall transaction activity, and new partnerships and collaborations. Now that smart contracts are live on the Cardano blockchain, it is unveiling new opportunities in different market niches of the blockchain world, especially in decentralized finance. All of this could help fuel the new momentum around Cardano in 2023. Without smart contracts, Cardano couldn't become a significant player in DeFi, so it was a non-player in this market niche until late 2021. Moreover, without a big presence in DeFi, it was impossible to show major growth in total value locked, a key metric that investors use to gauge activity on a blockchain. Right now, Cardano only ranks 31st among all blockchains when it comes to TVL, which is a big and valid reason investors have concluded that nothing is happening on Cardano. However, Cardano seems it's about to hit it out of the park in 2023 when it comes to DeFi. That will boost TVL records, which in turn will help shift investor perceptions of Cardano. Above all, many things need to go right for Cardano, plus the entire crypto market needs to turn around for the rest of 2023. We can't boast of incredible results in Cardano if the macroeconomic environment is sucking the life out of crypto itself. Simply put, everything must work in Cardano's favor to see its price surpass $1. But that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you click on the subscribe notification button, and we'll see you in the next video.